Next, we're going to go into calculating your cost per mile. It's the most important number you should be able to calculate, and is the average cost per mile. Why is your cost per mile so important? It's the way that you understand your company's use of the asset. Uh, your cost per mile calculation can be simple or it could be complicated based on how much detail goes into that. So we'll break it down for you guys. Cost per mile, the equation is very simple. It's how much your costs are divided by the miles it travels. And typically it's referred to as CPM, cost per mile. So if you had $2,200 and you divide it by 20,000 miles, you're looking at 11 cents per mile in this example here. We break it down. This is an example of a fleet that we came in and we were able to help them out. They were running a new van every 100,000 miles, and we break down what that type of operation looks like versus extending that mileage for replacement to 250,000 miles. So at DeBoer's Auto, we believe, want to maximize the life and the use of the assets and get the most out of them to drive that cost as low as possible. So in example one, we're just assuming that a new van costs $40,000, and then we calculate $11,000 per 100,000 miles per vehicle. So if you break that down over the cost of, if somebody's replacing it every 100,000 miles, and we're looking at going 300,000 miles in this example, their total cost would be 120,000 plus the $33,000 in maintenance, and that would put you at a CPM of 51 cents per mile. So the reason somebody might operate under this condition, always buying new vehicles every 100,000 miles, is because they are in the situation where they can't manage their fleet internally. So instead of paying to have somebody handle that for them or to really stay on top of it, they find it's easier just to spend the money and buy the new vehicle every 100,000 miles. So they don't have to deal with the breakdowns or the maintenance and dealing with all the drama that comes with that. Now, if we look at the next example, is where we would come in and we would manage your fleet. So on this example, we would buy the new van, cost is still $40,000. And then on the 250,000 miles, so the cost for maintenance on that, same ratio as we had in the last example, but at 250,000 miles versus 300, the maintenance cost is 30,000. So if you look at it in this example, it drives the cost per mile down to 28 cents per mile. So it's a much better way to own and operate your fleet and get the maximum life out of it. And then we take this particular fleet that we worked with. They drove 621,000 miles annually. So if you calculate that savings, the difference between the 51 cents and the 28 cents per mile, and you multiply it across that mileage, we're going to end up saving them $139,000 on their vehicle maintenance cost. So it's a huge number that really goes a long way in helping people expand their businesses, keep growth going, and with the fleet being managed by professionals, you don't experience the breakdowns and stuff that others get into.